Hello, my name is Stuart Reed, and I'm joined by Katie Crouch, and we are here to share our zine with you called We Are Everywhere. We Are Everywhere is a zine that we developed in collaboration with a group of disabled people, including Annabelle Howard, who was our community researcher for the Strand, and together with a group of disabled artists and allies, we created a zine focused on activism in relation to things concerning disability rights and change. We are funded by the Wellcome Trust, and we are part of a wider project called We Are the People. So over the course of this next video, we're going to talk through our zine. We're going to read through every page and describe it so that people watching at home can see what we did. So going to our first page, we have a page on the right which says, We Are Everywhere. Now, We Are Everywhere is a title that we used for our project because this was a term that our group chose. I want to read what this page says, first of all. It says, everything in this zine was made or said by disabled people. It is from a research project about disability activism and advocacy. The artworks were made in group sessions online. The quotes are from conversations we had about disability activism and advocacy. We also did an online survey. There are quotes from this too, and we loved making this zine so much. We also learned so much. We want to thank the artists for talking to us and sharing their work with us. They are all amazing people. And thank you to Hazel and to Lulu, as nothing happened in the project without them. We hope that you enjoyed reading this. And as I said, our project was led by Annabelle Howard, Katie Crouch, and myself, Stuart Reed. Our zine was designed by a disabled artist called Daisy Hunter.
So we have our contents page here on the next page. You may be able to see that it's broken down into separate segments. So the first section we have our heads, face and voices. We have environment, isolation, political statements, disabled joy, our jargon buster. Jargon means difficult words which were used within the zine, and these have been broken down into more accessible words. And we have also got our top tips, which we have built with our participants from our community of co-researchers to make suggestions for non-government organisations and groups who may want to involve members of the disabled community in acts of activism or protest, and to be allies for people who may want to be active within activism within our community. So on the next page, we have heads, faces and voices. And there is a picture here, a collage of several different influences using rounded shapes of blue, black and white and purple. There is a face here of somebody who is female presenting with blonde hair. Their head is back and their face is, their eyes are closed and their mouth is open. There is a stream of sparkly glitter light coming from their mouth. And on the other side of the page, there is a quote, which has come from our survey that we did online with members of the disabled community. And the quote reads as, activism is more than words. Activism is more than mouth words. Activism doesn't have a look. Activism is brave. Activism is not settling, it's striving for more. Activism is resistance and showing up, no matter what that looks like. We're just turning to the next page now, and this is the page of one of our artists called Bob. At the top of the page, there is a picture which represents a face which is divided into 4 equal segments. The lines that divide the 4 equal segments go across the center of the face, so down between the lines, between the mouth, and then a horizontal line between the eyes and the mouth. Each of these segments is broken up into different colors. We have blue, yellow, grey, and green. One of the eyes is closed within the blue segment. The eye in the yellow segment is open. The mouth in the grey segment is downward facing, and the mouth in the green segment is upward facing. And Bob has told us about their artwork, and they have said, "I've been an activist all of my life because of my impairment. It is something that I was born with. As long as I can remember, I've been really interested in how I need to advocate for myself in order to exist. To engage in activism or to advocate for myself requires me to be in lots of different emotional spaces, which are a contradiction at times. My piece of artwork shows a face with different colours and emotions. There's a quarter in blue, a quarter in yellow, a quarter in grey, and there's a quarter in green. These quarters show my different emotional states and how I'm feeling at various times of day in different situations. The face describes the different contradictory spaces I go through when I engage in activism and advocacy." On the next page, there is a dark rectangle with white text, and this is the easy read version of what Bob was saying. "I have always had to fight for myself. I experience lots of different feelings because I have to fight for myself." And then there is a poem below that, and it is called Contradictory States of Disability Activism. And it goes like this: "I am happy, I am sad, I am calm, I'm angry, I'm warm, I'm cold, I'm well, I'm sick. I'm moved, I'm frustrated, I'm hopeful, and I'm hopeless. I'm encouraged, I'm disappointed. I'm inspired, and I'm drained. I'm included, I'm excluded. I'm wanted, I'm disregarded. I'm vocal, I'm silenced. I'm invested, I'm exhausted." Then we turn to the next page, and this is Ariana's page. On the left-hand side, there is a poem. On the right-hand side, there is a picture, and the picture shows a face with no identifiable features. It's done in pencil and it's to grayscale. There's a rainbow of words around the outside of the face, which forms the poem on the left-hand side of the page, which reads, "Out of sight, out of mind, out of line of sight and out of mind, out of vision and out of visibility. Without vision is invisibility. Being seen, being visible, see the ability, see the person. Speak when spoken to, value our voice, hear our voice, invite our voices. Enable us, engage with us. Hear our multiple languages, a choir of song or a solitary solo. Hear us when we speak with our actions and voices and gestures. Hear our challenges, validate our experiences and our endeavours. Celebrate our strengths, champion us, don't pity us. We are the experts. We are the informed. We are knowledgeable. We are talented. We are a multi-dynamic, interwoven masterpiece of challenges and beautiful triumphs. We are more than what you see. We are more than our conditions. Don't limit us. Don't make us dependent. Hear us, see us, enable us, value us, celebrate us, and learn from us. Use our experiences to inform change, to influence and inspire others. Aspirations, not limitations. Share our stories, move mountains, make history, be visible, be heard, be seen, be you. Be proud, be informed, be strong, be you. Underneath the picture on the right-hand side where these words are written, there is an easy read text box. This head has no face. I feel like other people don't see or hear me. I have put words around the head. I did not plan it. And then there is another box below which gives us a little bit more detail. I wanted to show a faceless head, as so often we can feel unheard, unseen, and unvalued. This informed my writing around the outside. None of this was pre-planned, but influenced from our chat beforehand and everything that my brain had obviously bottled up. We then move on to the next page, and this is a page by Will C. On the left-hand side, there are 3 boxes. The first box says it's just basically a sewn up mouth. Just feel like that most of the time we don't have a voice and we're not listened to. And the word is just what I felt like at the time when I was writing it. Then underneath, my picture is a mouth that has been sewn shut. I don't think we are listened to, so I can't use my voice. It is how I feel. Below that, there is a black and white picture, a white background with black lines on it. There are 2 circles with crosses on it to represent 2 eyes, and there is a circle below that with lines going through it to represent a mouth. On the next page, it says, I would like the world to change. I'd like to be able to chase my dreams. I don't want to be home forever. I don't want to have to explain my difficulties. Don't leave us having to defend ourselves. Can people please be more kind to us? I just want to live a meaningful life without worrying if I'll survive. The next page shows one side saying isolation, and there is a collage on that page. Going down the page, there is the repeated text saying the word environment, and there within one of the pictures, there is a seating area, which looks a little bit like a submarine. There are purple and blue hues and shades to this submarine element. And there's a rounded window with a jellyfish inside that has pink, blue, and purple hues within a sparkly seascape behind it. There is a curved picture or a curved line coming out from where the jellyfish is. And there are pictures of leaves and green foliage around the outside. On the next page, there is another quote taken from our online survey. It says, I think it is lonely. I think people romanticize activism and speak of themselves in the terminology of change makers, but I rarely find many who are willing to take the personal and professional risks to speak out. The next page belongs to our artist Cinnamon. On the left-hand side of this page spread, there is a picture. The picture shows two brick walls that have come together to form a right angle. You can see the brick face of the wall. There is some plaster and cement between each of these bricks, which form a formulated pattern going up the wall. Within one of those walls, there is a small rectangle picture, or window frame, I should say, that has a black frame around the outside. When you look through the window, you see a blue sky with fluffy clouds floating by. At the foreground of the picture, there is a bed, and there are words coming from the bed, and it says, "I save up my breath to raise a voice that you don't want to hear." There are some other words coming from the bed, and it says, "Unworthy, burden, incapable." There is an easy read text box underneath, and it says, "It makes me tired to ask for things to change. My body and my brain are already tired because of my health. It's unfair to have to fight when you're already so tired. The wall in my picture is stopping me from the outside world. The light from the window gives me hope. I hope our world grows kinder." On the right-hand side of the page, we go into a little bit more detail. I think many people do not understand how much physical and emotional energy it takes to speak out and try to create a space and change. The toll of continually validating yourself and your community weighs heavy, especially on a body that is already pushed to its limits. This feels unfair when the response we so often get is a negative one, yet we have to keep speaking out. I use the image of the wall to reflect how trying to communicate can feel insurmountable and futile. Though in some ways it also provides a necessary barrier from how difficult interacting with the world can be. The light from the window felt necessary to convey the sense of hope for a kinder future that many disabled people find and hold on to. Underneath it, there is part of the poem. "I live outside of time and space and have to fight my way into your schedule and places, only to be knocked back with eyes, words, narrow aisles and broken paving. To be disabled is to live trapped between in-betweens and contradictions, and I save up my breath to raise a voice that you do not intend to hear." The next page is by one of our artists called Are Everywhere. There are 2 pages. The first page has a text box which says, "I have used pencils to show boxes underneath the paper. What do you think the boxes are used for?" The pictures show cloud-type shapes, and then underneath it, you can see that the pencil and the box underneath it has been used to provide a rubbing to give texture and outline of the box that was below the paper when the drawing was made. These are black and white pictures made with a pencil, and they are framed with a pink band around the outside. Underneath the second picture, it says, "These drawings are rubbings of packages which may or may not have been from medication. Viewers are open to interpret what they perceive." Pages 11 and 12 are political statements. There is a mural that spans across both pages. Somebody has put on there a banner, so like a placard made on cardboard with a wooden handle, which says political statements, and it's in black and white grayscale. There is a hand that represents a person of colour, and it is holding a megaphone. Coming out from the megaphone, there is a swirly line that has a rainbow of purples, pinks, and blues. Around this, there are a variety of circles and squiggly lines, which are blue, purple, black, and white. And there is a quote: "Just existing shouldn't need to be a form of activism, but it often is for a lot of people." The next page belongs to Violet. The first side, on the left-hand side, there are 3 text boxes. The first one is a poem. What about the bees? What about the rainforest? The seas and the trees? What about coral? Why is money more important than morals? What about people of all races in all places? What about us destroying their spaces? What about disabled people's exclusion? The government not even sustaining an illusion of caring about us beyond a ramp on a shop or a bus. Why are all our needs a plus? Our basic rights consumed a fuss. Why aren't we thought of as equal instead of the able body's unfortunate sequel? We are everywhere, always have been, always will be. So why there is still such a fight to be seen? When you are old, you'll see what we mean. Underneath that, there is a poem. Underneath that, there is a text box which says, "I am a poem. In this poem, I am conveying the sense of overwhelm I feel when trying to engage with world issues, whilst also constantly fighting for my basic needs as a disabled person. I feel tired and full up with emotion when I think about our world's problems. This is made worse by having to fight for my needs every day." The next page displays a collage made of texts that have been taken from websites and newspaper cuttings, talking about things that have been said from political parties, legislation, and frameworks. And then underneath it, there is a pencil picture of somebody who was led in a bed. This collage has the Tories' Disability Action Plan statement at the top. Below, I am laying in bed, buried under news headlines and graphs about disability in the UK. It's about the overwhelm I feel about the issues we face as disabled people, whilst also trying to highlight the blatant contradiction of what the government says they'll do, make UK accessible, versus what they actually do, which is cut disability funding, impede disability rights, and make it difficult to survive. I feel extremely frustrated and angry about seeing this happen whilst being too unwell to do anything about it. I feel trapped between truth and lies, health and illness, freedom and imprisonment. I feel sad about how life is for disabled people in England. I feel angry about how our leaders lie to us. I feel trapped. The next page belongs to our artist, Sarah Webb. The first section on the left-hand side is a picture. The picture shows a large suitcase which is on the floor next to a chair. On the chair, there is a fluffy cushion, and on it is a small, tiny, delicate pillbox. The big suitcase, which is on the floor, is full of medical leaflets and medical packaging, which has come from housing tablets or any form of medication. There is a white background and a white floor to this picture. There are 2 gloves coming out from underneath the suitcase, and on top from the gloves representing arms going back to the suitcase are boxes that medication has been housed in. Underneath it, Sarah tells us, a pillbox is about an awkward truth, about the things that are supposed to stay in small boxes and can't. It is about humiliation and self-defiance, transforming out of the expectations of others ask us to carry. It is about what it might mean to use our hidden faces in response to displaying feelings and showing images that others don't like the look at. Pillbox is about a daring escape, refusal to allow ourselves to be captured in the boxes built for us. It is about transferring our discomfort, returning it to those who made it for us. This time in pretty packaging. It's about laughing at the self, laughing heartily with the whole of one's capacity at those ridiculous images which drown for us. Those ridiculous images drawn for us into which we are expected to step. Next to that, at the top of the page on the right, it says, these boxes are small, but too small for my medicine. Small boxes are pretty and light to carry. My medicine is big and heavy. I will make my own box for my medicine, prettier than any pillbox. Then there is a poem from Sarah, and it says, You, lest it be no one, which is an extracted poem by Tina Villanura, and this has been translated. Speak up, wherever you have the memory that you transformed from anguish into thriving insight. Defend with your words when you understand. You ate the dust of everything. You will condemn with your tongue the truth of the erosion that every struggle brings. Pillbox is about shape and size, about ill-fitting objects in an ill-fitting world. Cumbersome bodies supposed to be somehow unfit. It is about the discomfort of carrying heavy loads and about the differential between a heavy load and a light load. Invisible burdens stack up against us, and those complex, tiresome, but dynamic world-creating mechanisms by which we surmount them. Pillbox is also about the cunning, about what it takes to steal fruit that is not given to us from a garden where we are not at home, being treated as only so many vermin or flies that would ruin the crop. It is about the prospect of grand heist and singing beautiful songs while we are stealing back what has always been there for the taking. Repossession, delicate, intricate, nuanced repossession, and perhaps joy. The suitcase in the picture is covered with a pattern called The Strawberry Thief by William Morris. The next page has a mural spreading across it, which has the words disabled joy on it. There is a big pink smiley face, which looks like an emoji and has been threaded onto a patch, which could be sewn onto clothes. Running across the page again is another sparkly rainbow formed in a wiggly line. There are stars around it and black circles dotted across the page. This leads us to Beth G's page. On the left-hand side, there is a poem. Going down the poem, each letter forms a statement which says, I am not ill. I have autism. And the poem, when read horizontally, says, I will accept that I am a little bit different to you, an alien, though I am not. Motivated and occasionally mischievous. Other hand, yes. Notoriously known for being high achiever, openly honest with others, though sometimes too honest. Intelligent in some ways, lacking confidence in others. Losing myself within an ableist world. I deserve better. Hatred from others for being me. Ain't the one. Validation from society is what I seek. Everyone matters. Autistic or not, uniqueness is cool. Totally idealistic, some may say. There is a rainbow of squiggles going across the page, and at the top of the next page on the right-hand side, there is a collage. The collage depicts a black and white swirly background, and there is a rainbow going across that, a bright, brilliant, beautiful rainbow with red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and dark blue. There is a cloud underneath either side of the rainbow, and there is a collage of a brain in the middle, and it is made of different chunks of foam and different colours. Underneath it, it says, the collage brain underneath the rainbow with rain clouds represents how some people believe that those with disabilities are a nuisance to society, when in reality, those with disabilities often see the world from a different perspective, thus positively contributing to society. I have used colours to make a brain. It's under rain clouds. The clouds show how some people may think that disabled people are bad for others. I see things differently, and that's a good thing. The next page is Beth R's page. At the top on the left-hand side, Beth is telling us about her picture. She says it's a telly with a question mark in the middle. So it's saying, where are the people with learning disabilities? Or on telly, or on behind the screens? I have people from magazines, as I have cut out large, and I'm saying, well, some people say we can't do it. So people with learning difficulties can't be on TV or behind the scenes just like that. Yeah, it's people. But I'm here today, and here we are. Don't forget, it's taken beyond the media as well, like in radio and magazines and comics and papers. Underneath Beth's text, there is the photograph of her picture. It is crumpled white paper. And on the white paper, there is a sharp but curved rectangle. It has a thick black frame and it has lots of little edges to it. There is a big question mark. There are pictures that have been cut out from a magazine, and there are speech bubbles coming from it. It's a TV. It has a question mark. More people with disabilities should be on TV, radio, and in papers. And Beth wrote a rap, which is on the next side. It's called Respect. I can try to do it myself, but I might need your help. It's just a disability. That's my reality. You are being unkind with the words on your mind. So change your attitude, because your life ain't like mine. You just seem to stare. It isn't very fair. I'm just like other people. We all need some care. Be ashamed of yourself with the things that you say. We're equal and we're perfect at the end of the day. The chorus says, whatever you think of me, don't assume it's me. I'm perfect as I am. I'm perfect as I am. I live on my own and I'm independent. I can think for myself and look after my health. I take every day just as it comes. I can't change who I am, but you can change your attitude. Your attitude. You can change your attitude. My life is mine. Whatever you think of me, don't assume it's me. I'm perfect as I am. I'm perfect as me. You're disrespecting me because of my difficulty. Don't focus on the negative. Try positivity, because that's what I do every single day. I focus on the positive in every way. I'm perfect as me. Whatever you think of me, don't assume it's me. I'm perfect as I am. I'm perfect as me. Come on, respect. Please respect me. Yeah. Then we have a collage on the left-hand side of the next page. It says, we are everywhere. Always have been, always will be. There are circles which are blue and pink and black and white, and there are squiggly lines coming from it. The next page has a purple band which runs across it and black text which says Jargon Buster, words used and what they mean. Zine. A zine is a mini magazine made about a subject. Ours is disability, activism, and advocacy. Activism. Activism means trying to create social change. Advocacy. Advocacy means standing up for yourself or someone that you care about. Research. Research means reading about and talking to people about a certain topic. A survey is a list of questions. Activist, a person who works to change things for the better. Engage, to join in or get involved with something. Advocate, someone who supports or speaks up for others. Requires, needs something. Emotional space, places where people can share their feelings. Contradictory, saying or doing opposite things. Quarter, 1/4 of something. Emotional states, how someone feels at a certain time. Encouraged, to be given support or confidence. Disappointed, feeling sad because something didn't happen as you wanted. Inspired, feeling excited to do something. Drained, very tired and without energy. Included, made part of a group. Excluded, left out of a group. Disregarded, ignored or not considered. Vocal, speaking out loud about your opinions. Silenced, being stopped from expressing your opinions. Invested, put time, effort, or money into something. Exhausted, extremely tired. Visibility, being able to see something easily. Invisibility, not being able to be seen. Vision, seeing things with your eyes. Ability, being able to do something. Enable, make something possible or easier to do. Engage, getting involved in something. Choir, a group of people singing together. Solitary, being alone or by yourself. Solo, doing something alone or by yourself. Gestures, movements of your body or hands. Challenges, difficult things you have to do to overcome. Validate, confirming that something is true or accepted. Endeavours, efforts or attempts to achieve something. Champion, a winner or supporter. Expert, someone who knows a lot about a subject. Informed, knowing a lot about something. Knowledgeable, having a lot of knowledge or knowing a lot about different things. Talented, being good at doing something. Multi-dynamic, parts that work together in many ways. Interwoven, things that are connected or mixed together. Masterpiece, something that is very well done. Triumph, a great success or a victory. Condition, the state that something is in. Dependent, needing something or someone. Inform, telling somebody something. Influence, having an effect on someone or something. Inspire, make someone feel excited to do something. Aspiration, something you hope to achieve or become. Limitation, something that stops you from doing something or making it harder. Unvalued, not being appreciated or recognized for its worth. Accept, to believe that something is true. Alien, something strange from another world. Motivated, have a strong reason to do something. Occasionally, happening sometimes but not often. Mischievous, playful, causing trouble. Other hand, used to show a different point of view. Notoriously, known for something bad. High achiever, someone who does well at work or education. Openly honest, telling the truth without hiding anything. Intelligent, very smart or clever. Lacking, not having enough of something. Confidence, belief in yourself and what you can do. Ableist, treating people unfairly because they have disabilities. Hatred, a very strong feeling of dislike. Ain't, informal way of saying it's not or are not. validation, recognizing or confirming something is true or worthwhile. Society, a group of people living together and following shared rules. Autistic, a condition that affects how a person interacts with others and sees the world. Uniqueness, being one of a kind or a different form or different from everyone else. Totally, completely or entirely. Idealistic, having strong beliefs about how things should be perfect. Collage, a piece of art made by sticking different materials together. Represents, to stand for or symbolize something. Believe, to think that something is true. Nuanced, someone, something, or someone that's annoying. Sorry, nuisance is something or someone that's annoying. Perspective, a way of seeing or thinking about something. Thus, as a result. Positively, in a good or hopeful way. Contributing, helping to make something happen. Learning disabilities, problems that make learning hard. Magazines, they're books, thin books with stories and pictures published regularly. Media, ways to communicate information like TV, newspapers, and the internet. Comics, stories told with pictures and words in books or magazines. Reality, what is real and actually happening. Unkind, not nice, mean. Attitude, how you think and feel about something. Ashamed, feeling bad about something you did. Equal, the same as someone or something else. Independent, knowing things on your own without help. Disrespecting, being rude to someone. Respect, being nice and showing you value someone. Some difficulty, something that is hard to do. Negative, bad or harmful. Positivity, being hopeful and happy. Then we have our top tip section. The page is grey with white squiggly lines going across it with purple, blue and pink spots. There are text boxes that are blue and pink with black text written on them. And it says top tips for accessibility in activism. We are a group of disabled activists and allies based in Southwest England. These top tips are informed by research we did with the disabled community to find out how you can give them a space within your movement. Information sharing. Don't use jargon. Just because you know what these words mean doesn't mean that others do too. Avoid long text. Use short, easy explanations about your aims and actions. This makes them accessible to everybody. The quicker the read, the more engagement you'll get. Use pictures. This helps us to understand the text. Social media. Limit the number of posts or texts that you put on social media. Too many texts or long posts get lost. Many places. Many of us don't use social media, so share your information in other ways. This means that we can be involved. Action. Big and small actions. Plan a mix of online and in-person ways to take part. This means that we can still take part at home. Where, what, when, how long. Let us know what to expect. This helps us to plan routes, rests, and our medication. Pictures. Use pictures of paths, exits, ramps, toilets, and stairs. This helps us know what to expect. Quiet spaces. Is there somewhere that we can go to rest? Let us know where. Ask us. When you need to plan an event, ask us what we need. More information about the project can be found using the QR code and scanning the QR code, which is on the screen now. Then we have our final cover, which is our back cover. There is a pink squiggly line running through a page which has a sandy colour and a purple colour showing a crest of a wave. There are blue spots, teal spots, white spots, and black and white spots. Underneath it, there is text and it says designed by Daisy Hunter, who is our designer that we have worked with to produce this zine. And we thank them for their artwork and input with this.
This is the end of our video. Thank you very much for listening and watching. And if you please have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact us or a member of the team.